Um, Good morning. Today I've decided to be a fool. We're doing Inedible Objects by Edibility, a tier list. I think that explains it, honestly. I think that explains it pretty well. You know, how edible are these objects? Or rather, would you risk it all to eat them? I think is the real question here. I am not awake, and I literally just rolled out of bed, and I am like so ready to do this. I also have a candy tier list and an Apex gun tier list, because I don't know how. I don't think this is gonna take very long, so I'll probably do this tier list and then the Apex gun tier list, because I don't know. I feel like this is gonna be painful. Like, Inedible Objects, fun, lighthearted. The Apex gun tier list, I feel like I am inviting evil upon my home by even beginning to attempt to rank these. But here we go. We're gonna do it. Okay. Buttons. Are buttons edible? Not really. I mean, yeah, they're not really worth the trouble, are they? Like, okay, so I've attempted to eat a lot of like really stupid shit in my life, right? Buttons being one of them. I was like a kid. Like, I promise, like, I'm not like an adult out here trying to eat buttons, but I find it hilarious that I literally like rolled out of bed and now I am defending my ancient button eating habits. But like, you know, they have good crunch. That being said, they're not like the best thing on the list, you know? Like, they're not worth the trouble. Like, I don't know. They're not that good. The board game Candyland. Meh. The colors are pretty great, you know? Like, it's always nice to see bright colors, you know? Like with candy and stuff. Like, it does remind you of candy. But I'm now beginning to realize that this is a very damning tier list, because I have in fact tried to eat many of these items. It was, you know, it was when I was a kid. I swear I'm not an adult like trying to eat like random objects, but like I saw the bright colors and, you know, it just, the disappointment when it's just cardboard, you know. I don't know how else to like explain it. Like, obviously it's cardboard, right? Like, obviously it's a board game. Obviously, if you bite into it, you know it's gonna be cardboard. But the colors, you know, are very deceiving. You know what I mean? Anyway, these counting blocks. I don't know how many like people use these counting blocks to learn how to count, but I distinctly remember wanting to eat them. Now, I never got to, right? Because they were like school property, and this is really a list of things that I have attempted to eat at one point in my life or another. And oh no, not the Fabuloso. I've never tried to drink Fabuloso. I'm not that stupid. But the counting blocks, you know, they have good texture. Like when you hold them, not when you try and eat them. Unfortunately, I wouldn't know. But just from their appearance alone, I'd rate them decent eats. They seem like they'd be okay, you know? Like if you tried to bite it, it seems like it wouldn't be that bad, you know? Like it wouldn't be like the end of the world. There are a couple other items on here that I think would be like terrible. Like you're like, let me go for it, and then you bite into it and you receive nothing but horror and pain in return. And I don't think that's the case with these counting blocks. I think, you know, it would be tough going, but it wouldn't be like it wouldn't be like the end of the world. This might be like top 10 stupidest things I've ever done, and I feel like that's a tough list to crack. These bath bombs, I would risk it all, man. I risk it all to eat a bath bomb. The texture, it's all about the texture. Maybe I should just eat baking soda. Maybe, I feel like baking soda and bath bombs probably have the same texture. Are bath bombs made out of baking soda? No, right? They've got like other stuff. Wait, hold on. Are bath bombs made with baking soda? Oh! Yeah, no. They're part baking soda, citric acid, Epsom salt, and cornstarch, water or witch hazel, essential oils, a couple other oils. Bath bombs can totally be edible. Well, except for the witch hazel. I don't think you're supposed to eat that. But you just don't put the witch hazel in. And then my dreams of eating a bath bomb can come true. I'm not gonna eat a bath bomb, I swear. Matches. They're pretty meh, you know? It's just sticks of wood. The little match thing on the end, meh, you know? Tastes kind of weird. Wouldn't recommend. I've only tried matches once. Okay, this is beginning. This is beginning to sound like I have pica or something. Like whatever. I stand by my statement. Matches, meh, not very good. Body lotion, like whipped butter body lotion. Now, I haven't like eaten this like on purpose. It's more of like an accidental thing. I don't think I'm gonna elaborate on that. It was an accident. Anyway, it's pretty decent. It's like not that bad. It's like out of all the other things here, like it has a terrible aftertaste, you know what I mean? Not good. Very chemical. But all in all, when it comes to like in things that you are not supposed to eat, it's not the worst thing out there, you know? It can, depending on like the brand, you might not even get a stomachache. Oh, okay, for the record, please don't eat anything here. I didn't think I needed to say that. I still don't think I need to say that, but I don't know. The internet's weird. Just please don't. This is not a suggestion. This is me being stupid. Play-Doh. Meh. Solid meh. Very salty. Like, don't let the appearance fool you. It tastes like salt, and the texture's pretty terrible. Actually, I feel like this is controversial, but I'm gonna put it in not worth the trouble. I cannot state enough how salty this is. I don't know, and like the texture's like, it's like pudding, but like worse. I'm not a fan of pudding or like things that are like too mushy, and like when you try and eat Play-Doh, it's like this like gummy feeling, and then it just kind of like melts in your mouth in a really like unpleasant way. Yeah, not worth it. I wouldn't put it in disgusting pain factory because there's like no pain involved, you know what I mean? It's just underwhelming. Mason jars. Okay, I'm putting this in disgusting pain factory not because like, I mean, obviously if you try and eat glass it's gonna hurt, right? But like, even like just chewing on like the edge of a mason jar, this might just be a me thing. I don't think this response is like universal, but like I don't like the way, like, it hurts my teeth to like even like mindlessly nibble on like the edge of a mason jar, you know, like on the rim, like when you're drinking, not I'm not like picking up mason jars and like holding it, you know, by the ends and trying to eat it like a Subway sandwich. Like do you know that I'm having a moment where I'm realizing like the depths of my stupidity. As you can tell, I try everything once kind of person, and that might not be wise, you know? Anyway, I'm leaving that there. Disgusting pain factory, not good at all. Fabuloso, also disgusting pain factory. The forbidden fruit juice. It doesn't, so the fact that like it looks like food, for me at least, has almost led to catastrophe exactly once. And that was when I didn't know that Fabuloso existed or was a cleaner. And I saw it on the kitchen counter and I was like, oh, okay, someone brought fruit juice home, that's exciting. And I opened it and it smells like really it smells like Lysol, like it smells like cleaning product. And I was like, oh god, no. And you know, I capped it and put it away with all the other cleaning supplies. But it's very deceiving if you don't know that it's a cleaning product. Now I am aware that it says that it is that it is a cleaning product on the bottle, but I don't really I just didn't read, you know? I just didn't read. It kind of reminds me of there were a bunch of people a while back, and I mean like a while back, who there's this like hair product, I forget like the brand name, but it says olive oil in like really big letters, and like the fact that it's a hair product is in really small letters, and it comes in this spray bottle, right? And it's supposed to be like leave-in conditioner or whatever. And obviously, like, it's in the hair care aisle. Someone, in this particular instance, someone took a couple bottles of that olive oil, leave-in conditioner hairspray, and put it with the cooking, in the like cooking spray section of the supermarket, and a bunch of people went home and tried to cook with it. It like made the news or something because people were like confused, like, why is this not cooking my food, and also why does it taste terrible? And yeah, and like everyone was like, there was outrage. They were like, how can this be allowed? Because it looks like food. In that instance, I was a little confused because I know for a fact that that particular hair product, when you spray it, it smells like hair product. So I was a little confused about how they got so far as to cook with it. But at the same time, I can't blame them because I almost drunk Fabuloso, so what can you do? Excuse me. Moving on to chalk. So I haven't... Ooh, excuse me. I haven't eaten chalk, but I've eaten chalk candy, and I imagine that it's similar, except for the taste. You know? I imagine that, you know, the texture's the same, and honestly, this is a texture thing right here. I haven't seen chalk candy in years, and I kind of wonder, like, does it even like still exist? Wait, hold on. Chalk candy. Oh, I spelled chalk wrong, damn it. Oh, it looks like it does exist. Chalk licorice? I didn't know that existed. Wow. But yeah, it was like basically just a stick of sugar. It kind of looked like... Yeah. Oh, is that the candy that like... it was like fake cigarette candy? Am I getting those two things confused, or were they the same thing? Whatever. It's cool to know that it still exists. Okay. Next. Artisanal bar of soap. Should you? Obviously not. Is it even worth the trouble? Is it even worth the trouble? No, it's not worth the trouble. Soap is a terrible sensory experience when you're trying to eat it. It's awful. And like biting into a bar of soap, it doesn't matter how good. Like, there are so many like artisanal soaps that look like food, and some of them even smell like food. But like when you go to like wash your hands with it, I don't know, like it's like it smells too much like food, and it doesn't feel like something that will clean you. I think that's a personal preference. I want soap to like smell, I don't know, like a very specific, like it needs to smell like it's clean. Not that artisanal soap isn't clean. I'm moving on. I feel like I'm digging myself a hole, so I'm just gonna move on. Crayons. Solid meh. I don't know. It's just wax. It's just wax. Very boring. Solid 5 out of 10. It's a 4 out of 10 if you accidentally eat the crayon wrapper. That's not good. Crayon wrappers taste terrible. The fact that I'm saying this with such authority. Whatever. Unfortunately, I know for a fact that crayon wrappers taste terrible. Clay, on the other hand, decent eats, not that bad. I've eaten clay on accident. I can't remember the specific circumstances, but that led to me eating clay. But it's not that bad. It doesn't have the same like salty consistency as Play-Doh, probably because like it's more natural. I've done some really stupid shit in my time, you know? I've like sublight poles on a dare, you know? I've like done shit I probably shouldn't have done. But I feel like this list, you know, top 15. Okay, maybe not top 10 stupidest things I've ever done, but definitely top 15. Okay. Yeah, no, it's decent. It's like not that bad. The texture, isn't quite as bad as Play-Doh. Like, it doesn't melt in your mouth, you know? Dish soap, disgusting pain factory. The bubbles alone, the bubbles alone are nightmare fuel. Once again, I can't remember the exact circumstances that led to me trying dish soap. But I do remember trying dish soap very vividly. And like drinking water and like blowing bubbles out of my mouth. And like being like, oh my god, this dish soap taste will never go away. And also I'm turned into like a human bubble making factory. There was like a split second of horror. Also, I was like, what, like 9? So in my defense, I thought that particular moment would last forever. These erasers, these cute little erasers, they're decent eats. They're nice and chewy. The taste is like okay. They don't really taste like much of anything. Oh, well, I mean, when I tasted them, they tasted like pencil shavings. Because, you know, they were with my school supplies or whatever. And I don't know, pencil shaving taste is like whatever. Like, it's okay. Pencils themselves. Okay, so here's the thing. You're not supposed to eat lead, right? I feel like me consuming lead is what got me to this position right here. What do you call it? But I feel like it goes under disgusting pain factory because it is dangerous. And only because it's dangerous. Because every other part about chewing on a pencil is pretty okay. It's not that bad. I've chewed on quite a number of pencils in my day, and you know, the texture, okay. The taste, very mild. Everything's okay until you have to stop chewing because you don't want to eat the like lead inside of the pencil. Let's see, Ethernet cable, the forbidden licorice. It's pretty meh. Like, obviously you can't eat it. I mean, obviously obviously you can't eat anything on this list. But yeah, I don't know. It's sort of like, it doesn't really have a taste. The texture is just chewy, and honestly, it's under not worth the trouble, because if you try and eat this, you're out of an Ethernet cord. You know, and that's a pain. To be out of an Ethernet cord. I feel like you need the Ethernet cord more than you need to satisfy your curiosity about how it tastes. Spork. God, I've only like eaten this out of like mindlessness. You know, like when you're finished eating and you just sort of like keep chewing on your fork. I don't know if that's universal. I don't know if that's like a universal experience. Like, you finish eating and then you just keep chewing on your plastic utensil. But like, everything's good and fine if you just keep chewing on it. The minute that plastic breaks apart is when it's a disgusting pain factory. Because the texture of broken plastic, awful. 0 out of 10, do not recommend. Bad time all around. But when it's like, when you're just chewing on it, it's meh. Well, I guess this is edibility, and if you're trying to eat it, you have to chew it. So disgusting pain factory it is. Like, if you're eating it, you're breaking it down and consuming it. And if you try and break down and consume sporks and other plastic utensils, it becomes very, like, gross very quickly. So it belongs there. Now paint is the good stuff. In only in small quantities. It's got a weird taste. The texture's kind of weird. But still pretty good. And I think that goes for like most types of paint. Every type of paint except for oil paint. Once again, I don't remember the specific circumstances that led me trying oil paint, because I didn't discover oil paint existed until like middle school maybe. And at that point I was like too old to be eating all this eating all this type of stuff. I can't remember, but I do remember I have a distinct memory of uncapping like the little thing of oil paint and being like, this smells strange, can I eat it? And then oh my god, when you put things on the internet, they really do last forever, huh? I don't think I thought this one through. I don't think I thought this one through at all. Like, this VOD will haunt me, I think. I'm not gonna be a coward and leave it unpublished, but I'll publish it, but I will, I think I'll regret doing so. Anyway, paint is okay. Acrylic paint, watercolor paint, those like paint by numbers things, all good. They're all pretty okay. Rocks. Do they go under? Okay, they're somewhere on the top of this list, rocks. Cause the texture, good. Edibility, I mean, you're not really supposed to. You'll get a stomach ache. But like, the texture really isn't that bad. I'm gonna go under meh. Cause of the stomach ache factor. Not that eating erasers won't give you a stomach ache. Not that eating erasers won't give you a stomach ache, but the stomach aches that I have endured from rocks, not good, 0 out of 10. But the texture makes it worth it. The texture is what makes it rise above the level of disgusting paint factory. Sponges, not worth the trouble. In my opinion, sponges are not worth the trouble. They, I was too busy being silly. I wasn't looking at chat. Adrian Copel, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Thank you very much for the follow. I was too busy being an idiot. Glue is like pretty okay. I'd say glue is decent eats. No. Glue is decent food. Glue is up there because it's non-toxic, so it can't hurt you, which is amazing. What do you call it? It like, the taste is like okay, it's more about the smell. The smell of glue is like more appetizing than the taste. Like, you taste it and like it's a little bit of a letdown, but like it's not that bad. Like, it's not the worst thing ever. But the fact that it can't hurt you is what brings it to some good fucking food. Okay, I think this is mud. Where does mud go? I think most people have tried mud, right? Like, that can't be just me. Like, there's a bunch of like really weird shit here, you know? But like mud, I think, is universal. And like it's decent. Mud is pretty decent. It like only hurts you a little bit, and that's only if, you know? Because I feel like tons of people have tried eating mud, and like nothing bad has happened. Maybe a slight stomachache, and like the things that live in mud are totally edible. So like if you accidentally like eat a bug or something, or a worm, it's just protein. It's fine. You know, you're gonna be just fine. In fact, you might be better than what you started with. So, but the texture, you know, the texture of mud kind of like brings it down a little bit. Like you've got like mushiness, and then you have like grittiness, and those two things don't always go together, you know? I don't know why I put ocean water here. Have I tried ocean water? Yes. I remember distinctly getting into so much trouble for trying to like drink the ocean. Oh my god. Also, it tastes bad. I don't know if it's just because where I am, the ocean is like littered in like pollution and stuff. Like the water is like gray. But like it's not painful, it just tastes bad. And I didn't get sick from it, but I only like tasted a little bit of ocean water, you know? Like it was a sip before my parents rushed in to stop me. Like it wasn't enough to cause me pain. I imagine that if like you're just like going wild, if you're just going wild and you're on all fours like just drinking ocean water, you're gonna have a bad time. You know? But if you just drink a little bit, like in general, it's not worth the trouble, you know? Getting all the way to an ocean just to consume, not worth the trouble. Where's sand? Speaking of ocean, I feel like sand is pretty meh. It's not bad. Like it's not the worst thing ever. I feel, and this is like mud. I feel like everyone has tried sand at least once. That might be me and my weird like life experiences coloring that opinion. But I feel like even if you haven't tried it on purpose, you have if you've been to the beach, you have definitely eaten sand. If you've gone to the beach on like a windy day, you have eaten sand, you know, not of your own free will, because it gets in your mouth, it gets in your eyes. I feel like most people who have gone to the beach know what sand tastes like. You know, it's a little salty. It's mostly just gritty. It's pretty meh. I kind of want to put it in decent eats because it can't hurt you. No, I'll just leave it there. It's fine. Your computer keyboard. I will admit to have attempting to crunch. Excuse me. On so like you obviously have to clean your keyboard, right? And sometimes, you know, cleaning your keyboard involves popping some of the letters off. And I don't know, the sounds that the keyboard makes, like when you type on it, kind of like makes me hungry a little bit. You know, I don't think that's like a norm. I don't think that's a normal reaction, but it's like I just want to know what the keys taste like, you know? Like they sound good, they must taste good. Anyway, I've tried to, you know, I've munched on a key here or there while I was like deep cleaning a keyboard. I'm torn between, weirdly, I'm torn between decent eats and not worth the pain, not worth the trouble. Because like the initial like satisfaction of being like, I get to finally find out what keys on a keyboard taste like, made it decent eats, you know? Like the experience like was like, finally some good freaking food, finally I get to try this. When I actually tried it, it wasn't worth the trouble. It was like a very underwhelming experience, mostly because like I had like thought about it for so long, you know, and then me being a fool finally got to try it. I think I'm gonna put it in meh. Because I feel like my expectations for what for what the keyboard would taste like were too high, you know? Like, it would have never been satisfying. There was never a point in time where it would have been satisfying because I built it up so high. So I'm just gonna put it in meh. Books. Okay, I feel like there's like a really big distinction between hardcover books and paperback books. Hardcover books are some good fucking food. Paperback books are a disgusting pain factory. Entirely because of the texture. When you bite into the cover of a paperback book, bad, horrible. Sometimes the ink runs and comes off. Oh, god damn it, the music stopped? Yes, please continue. I require a soundtrack for my idiocy. You know, when you bite into a paperback book, it's just a bad sensory experience. When you bite into a hardcover book, it gives you something to chew on, you know? Like, it gives you something to do for the next 30 minutes. I'm gonna put book in decent eats on the contingency that it is a hardcover book, because hardcover books are the shit. Once again, please, no one eat these, please. I really feel like I don't need to say that, but just in case. Orbeez. I don't know if anyone knows what Orbeez are. I know, people definitely know what Orbeez are. They're like these, they're technically, toys, I think. Like, here's the thing, they're like toys, but I don't know, like, what you're what is the intended, like, purpose? Like, what do you do with them? Like, you put water in them, right? Oh. Okay, hear me out, dude. Hear me out. You literally can't chew rocks, right? You literally can't chew rocks, but like the texture while you're trying to chew them, you know? Like, the texture is pretty good. You cannot eat them. I will give you that. You cannot eat them. But the texture is like top tier. If the rocks are small enough, you can technically eat them. Like, if the rocks are small enough, technically you can eat them. If they're big rocks, then yeah, you can't eat them. Silly string. Where did I put it? Oh no, I'm still on Orbeez. Okay. If they're small enough, you can swallow them, sure, but then you die. Well, brah, you're not supposed to eat paint either. and you're not supposed to eat bath bombs either. And like, these counting blocks are like plastic, dude. You're not supposed to eat any of this. Orbeez. I'd say Orbeez are like, they're kind of like boba. So decent eats, I'd say. Maybe I'm like, what do you call it? I titled like if I had to choose between eating a rock and eating a pencil, 100% pencil. Rock is just impossible. You have a valid point. Pencils are technically edible, yes. You can lick the rock, but you can't eat it. Yeah, I think I titled this tier list wrong. Maybe it's like because I feel like it's definitely like a preference thing, whereas like inedible objects listed by edibility might be it's like a fact. So it might just be that like I labeled it wrong. Orbeez. Yeah, no, Orbeez are decent eats because they're just like boba. Foam. Queef mother. Thank you very much for the follow. I love your name. Foam. Okay, I know that you can't technically eat foam, right? You can't technically eat foam. But when you try and eat foam, is it not decent eats? And also, minimal damage if you eat foam. Like, if you eat too much foam, obviously, you're gonna have a bad time. But a little bit of foam, a little bit of foam is fine. Just like the texture of foam is like pretty good, I think. It's almost like a wafer cookie, you know? It's almost like if you close your eyes and like ignore the sound of foam in your mouth, it can almost be like a wafer cookie. Marbles. I can tell you right now, marbles aren't worth the trouble. They look good. But when you try and eat them, not good at all. The texture of marbles, when you try to eat them, it leaves something to be desired, you know? Why did I put cups in here like twice? I also put rocks in here twice. Oh, wait, I put rocks in here twice. Okay. So, Adrian, because I put rocks in here twice, I can put rocks in Disgusting Pain Factory and also meh. So we both win. Moon Sand. Does anyone... Okay, I don't know how many people remember Moon Sand. Good. I think Moon Sand... I still feel like I will admit that this entire tier list is meant to lose for like I wasn't like, this is a brain cell-less endeavor, you know? You can't engage in this with brain cells intact. So, knowing this, you know, I just sort of went full throttle on it, you know? No brain, no thought whatsoever. Moon sand. Okay, so I haven't eaten moon sand, but I have secondhand accounts of people who have eaten moon sand. And from what they tell me, it's good fucking food. Apparently, the texture is really good. Apparently, the taste is really good. And apparently, you can eat a lot of it and like not feel any negative effects. Which I find amazing. I don't know how, like, what moon sand is made of, but I don't know. They say that it's pretty good, so I'm gonna have to trust them on that. Excuse me. Silly string. Okay, I think silly string goes under not worth the trouble personally, because like the aerosol smell, like when you like use silly string, is like a really big deterrent to eating it. Apparently, it wasn't a big enough deterrent for me to not eat it. But it's pretty big. Also, it's not worth it. Like it doesn't taste good. It kind of gives you a little bit of a stomach ache. Not good. Like 2 out of 10. A Super Nintendo controller. So I just really yeah, it is on mid tier. So like when you try and like I say when you try and eat the keys as if that's like a normal human thing to do, but like when you try and like eat the keys, right, of a keyboard, like obviously you can't like digest them, you know, you can't like swallow them. Like it's not the whole keyboard. It's not the whole keyboard, it's just the keys. That like I'm making the case for like just the keys of the keyboard. And just the keys are like pretty meh. Like you can't really chew them that much. You can't like digest them. They're pretty like middling experience overall. I didn't want to go and look up images of single keys. It was just easier to just slap the whole keyboard on there. We can come to a compromise. I am willing to move the keyboard into not worth the trouble. Because I suppose I did put an image of an entire keyboard and I didn't put an image of single keys. Okay, good. I'm glad that we could reach this compromise. Scrabble tiles. I personally think Scrabble tiles are good eats. Mostly because of the texture. I will give that you can't really like, so I've like chewed on a Scrabble tile. I have not consumed a whole Scrabble tile. So I don't even, like, I assume that you can get a stomachache if you eat a Scrabble tile. I feel like that's a safe assumption to make. But just chewing it is fine. Like, it's decent eats. Super Nintendo controller. This one's pretty tough. I have not consumed an entire Super Nintendo controller. If I have, I wouldn't be alive. I don't think. Or at least I would be telling the story of how I went to the hospital because I ate an entire Super Nintendo controller. It has a lot of parts. It has a lot of parts to it. So I'm tempted to say that it's not worth the trouble. I don't think it would be a disgusting pain factory. But I don't know. Does anyone else like really like the way that the Nintendo controller like smells? Like it's like, oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. Maybe I like it smells pretty okay. Maybe, you know, I wonder what it tastes like. I'm beginning to realize that people like me are the reason that Nintendo had to make their Switch games taste bitter. Oh, I have never eaten one, but I believe you. We're gonna put it in not worth the trouble. Pen caps. Pen caps. Let's see. They're pretty okay. They're pretty okay. Pen caps are pretty okay. Like when you chew them, they're okay. If you accidentally eat like a little bit of the plastic, you're fine. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I feel good about this decision. Okay. Yeah. Wait, I need to take a I need to take a screenshot of the completed list. There we go. And here we are, the completed inedible objects by edibility tier list. Not bad. Lots of things in decent eats. Not a lot of things in disgusting pain factory. We're already eating the microplastics, so it's fine, I guess. Exactly! There's so many microplastics in food. Like, what's a little more plastic? This was fun. How much time do I have left? I think I have time for like... Okay, I either have time for... Can I go through this, like, in an hour? Probably. Also, this tier list is a crime against humanity. Yes, it is. I can drop it in the chat if, here, I'm gonna drop the tier list in chat, just in case anyone else, here we go. Just in case you want to share with your friends, you know? Just in case you want to give your friends a headache. You know, it's always good to share cursed content. Okay, so the next tier. Oh, I actually need to change the title since we're finished with that. Tier list time done. Okay, there we go. Our next options are a candy tier list or an Apex gun tier list. I feel like if we do the Apex gun tier list, I might legitimately make someone upset. I feel like this will stop being fun pretty damn quickly. So let's go with the candy tier list. I feel like candy is nice and safe. Okay. Although I'm not much of a candy person. Airheads? Bites? I didn't even know Airheads. Okay, I can already tell off the bat. I don't know half this stuff. But Airheads Bites. 3 out of 10. I'm not really a fan of Airheads. Once again, like the inedible objects, it's all about the texture. And Airheads fails to deliver. Too chewy. Chewy lemon head? Nah. They're a 3 out of 10 easily. Once again, because of the chewiness. Now these mints. These plain mints. 9 out of 10. You wanna know why? They're like, they don't go wrong. They don't miss. You always know what you're getting. When you eat one of these things. These new, untested mints have withstood the test of time. Starburst. Oh, they're only the pink ones? 5 out of 10. Solid 5 out of 10. 1 second. I'm realizing I really don't know if I have enough time to finish this, but that's fine. I'm not really a Starburst fan. They're okay, but they're not like the best thing out here. Oh, these lollipops. 7 out of 10. Excuse me. Good memories, good childhood memories. I don't know how many other people got lollipops when they got finished in the doctor's office as a kid. But solid 7 out of 10. On the memory alone. What's a 10 out of 10 on here? Let me look. These things are cursed. No, I don't even know like what they're called. Oh, they're like the flavored Tootsie Rolls. No, awful, awful. They're always like a letdown when you would get them on Halloween. Nope, not worth it. Oh, these mints that you get at like a restaurant. Restaurant mints. 2 out of 10. They're not. These flavored Tootsie Rolls are pretty damn bad. These restaurant mints are only a step above by like half a step. They taste like weird, like they leave a weird aftertaste in your mouth. Candy corn. I thought that the 8 Pigs tier list would get me in trouble, but no. I think it might be the candy corn. I'm a candy corn fan. And considering how many inedible things I've eaten, I don't think the fact that I like candy corn is surprising. What is this? Oh, it's candy canes. They're okay. They're not that bad. They're a good snack every once in a while, like during the holiday season. They're really good to put in hot chocolate. That's where they shine. Like if you put a candy cane in some hot chocolate. Nutella? Well, Nutella's pretty good. Nutella's up there. Nutella's up there with candy corn. You can't go wrong. What is this? Can I drop this in like a search with Google Lens? I can search that later. I don't have to like figure out what that is right now. Starburst minis. They're 5 out of 10 with the rest of the Starburst. They're not the worst thing ever, but they're just kind of meh. Reese's Pieces. That's easy. 10 out of 10. I feel like I'm contractually obligated to put saltwater taffy at the top of the list. Like, I have to. Like, my personal opinions on taffy don't matter. It needs to go. It needs to go at the top of the list. What is this? I'm so curious about some of these. Jawbreaker. Okay, I was like so stubborn. Like when I first found out that Jawbreakers existed, because it was like, where was it? It was like a corner store or something, and I was like, oh, what's that? And you know, my parents explained to me or whatever, and they let me like get it, and they were like, don't put all of it in your mouth, don't do that. And I immediately like shoved the entire thing in my mouth, and then I couldn't get it out. And I had to wait for it to like melt down. I'd rate the experience a 5 out of 10. It wasn't the worst thing ever, but it was definitely something. These Dove chocolates suck. They're like right on par with restaurant mints. They are like, I don't know, they have like a weird aftertaste or something. Ring Pops. Ring Pops are pretty good. 8 out of 10. Not that bad. Not that bad at all. Lifesavers mints. I'm gonna stick them with the restaurant mint just because. Do mints like, okay, I know that I put like peppermint over here, right? But do mints count as candy? Excuse me. I guess they do. I don't know what they would be if they weren't candy. But they don't feel like candy. These lollipops? 2 out of 10. The fact that they have like Tootsie Rolls in the middle ruins the experience. Cookie dough? Lifesavers? They're okay. They're okay. They're not like the word. No, I can put them a little higher. Yeah. They're not bad. They kind of remind me of like Halls. Like they kind of remind me of cough drops. I think is like the big like deterrent from enjoying them. Jolly Ranchers. Jolly Ranchers are pretty good. They're up there. They're not as high as candy corn. 8 out of 10. Oh, sour. You can get like, I didn't know Sour Patch Kids like had like a fire like flavor thing. I haven't tried them, but I'm gonna assume that they're a 9 out of 10. Because regular Sour Patch Kids are like A-okay. Dots. They like get stuck on my teeth. Bad sensory experience. 3 out of 10. Pocky? Pocky is pretty good. Yeah, it's like a 7 out of 10, I'd say. Tootsie Rolls, 1 out of 10. What is this? How do you eat it? I'm so curious. Pixie sticks. They're like a step above Starburst, I think. Why did I start this? I don't think I'm gonna have enough time. I know I'm not gonna have enough time to finish. I should have just went for the Apex tier list, cause that would have been a little faster. This Pocky, yeah, with the other Pocky, it's 7 out of 10. It doesn't really... Pocky flavors always like hit. They're never misses. Swedish Fish. They're pretty good. I think they belong with Pixie Sticks. Oh, regular Sour Patch Kids. 9 out of 10. Excuse me. Welch's Fruit Snacks. They're not candy. They are not candy. But they're 10 out of 10 anyway. Snickers. So, yeah, no. For some reason in my mind, I consider chocolate and candy two very separate categories. Either way, Snickers is an 8 out of 10. Starburst. Gonna just throw it in there with the other Starburst. This song, what are we listening to? Actually, I think I need to just switch music entirely. Listing candy to the Oblivion soundtrack. Milky Way. I think it's up there with Snickers. Yeah, I feel like I'm just gonna shove all of the chocolate as an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw all of that up there. There we go. Just irregardless, if it's chocolate, it's an 8 out of 10. I don't even like chocolate that much, but I feel like when you do eat it, like, it's really good. Like, it's almost always good. Crunch Bar, Junior Mints, solid 4 out of 10. What are these M&Ms? Are they mint M&Ms? I don't know what to do with like the existence of mint M&Ms, not gonna lie. Are they just green? They're a 2 out of 10. I don't know what they are. Oh, we've got more chocolate for 8 out of 10. Oh, Peeps. Peeps are so good. Peeps are a 10 out of 10. I forgot to get my Peeps this year. You know how they go on sale after Easter? I like to just go buy them all up. Okay, I've never had a Kinder Egg before. And at this point, I'm too afraid to try. Where are we putting this thing? I've never even had it. I'm just gonna leave it where it is. I'm just gonna leave it where it is. Lemon heads. They're okay. They're okay. They're not like the worst thing ever. I'm gonna put them with the Starburst. Alright. I don't like Twizzlers. I don't like Twizzlers and I don't like red vines either. But once again, like, is that strange? I've eaten like so many inedible things. Clearly my taste can't be like accounted for. Oh, we're gonna put this with the other chocolate. Haribo gummies. They're okay. They're not like... I'm like recalling the time where someone like gave me like the, what is it? The sugar-free ones without telling me, without giving me warning. And just from that memory alone, I want to put them at like a 1 out of 10. But when they have the sugar in them, they're fine. We're gonna put them with the Starburst. Oh, Kit Kat with the other chocolate. Mounds. Technically, it should go with the other chocolate, shouldn't it? But the coconut kind of ruins it for me, not gonna lie. So it goes under 4 out of 10. Okay, I've got exactly like 1 more minute before I have to go. Let's see. Werther's Originals. They are a 10 out of 10. And I refuse to accept otherwise. What's Crackle? I'm so curious. Why? Oh, there's 2? Oh, the chewy Werther's and the hard candy Werther's. Either way, 10 out of 10. Okay, I've used up all my time for today. Thank you very, very, very much for hanging out with me today and enduring my stupidity. I have a schedule on Twitter, and I also post my schedule on my Twitch channel for the next time that I go live. Once again, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!